So, not many people know this, but I have to come clean about this YouTuber streamer here. His name is Braxophone, and he has caused unreparable damage to my life personally. And today I will be exposing him in a YouTube video. Um, right now, I just want to take some time to talk about the crimes he's committed. So number one, biggest crime he's committed is he's actually lying in this YouTube video right here. So you see that this was posted on January 23rd.
Honkai Star Rail is a brand
says,
on-time information and things that you should know now that Honkai Star Rail has finally released. Just now, on time.
So Honkai Star Rail didn't just come out. Honkai Star Rail has been out for like a really long time. And the fact that he said it did just come out is extremely horrible and a lot of misinformation if you ask me, in my opinion. So I actually don't think that he should be allowed to say shit like that, and he should probably be removed from the platform for lying like that. Let's continue to show you more of his crimes.
Other Hoyoverse games, Bronya is the dev's favorite, seeing as she's incredibly strong and important to the story, which is unlike her adoptive mom Kokolia, who has died in every single Hoyo game. And you know what? Now that I think about it, I think someone else is going to suffer the same fate. Today I'm going...
So I think actually posting spoilers is probably really disrespectful to the community. He clearly just implied that another character would be dying soon. So obviously Braxophone has contacts at MiHoYo that he talks to for spoiler leaks, and two, spreads those spoiler leaks to his community because he's disrespectful. Let's continue.
Over Bronya and everything you need to know about her, from what she does to how to build her. If you like these types of videos, let YouTube know the video doesn't suck
by the way, Braxophone actually kicks babies in the ribs in his free time.
Liking down below, and consider subscribing for more cringe content. My name is Braxophone, and let's talk about Bronya. Buffing her allies so that they can hit harder, better, faster, and stronger. I was gonna make a joke about this, I didn't.
This was suboptimal gameplay. You will see that he is running Dr. Ratio, Silverwolf, Bronya, and Luocha. However, when he makes Dr. Ratio go again,
her allies,
he has no skill points available.
So that they can hit harder. Top deck a character's turn. If HSR was a card game, Bronya would let you draw every piece of Exodia. Bronya is a support character who focuses on buffing her.
He has no skill points available, so he cannot use Dr. Ratio's skill, which is the entire point. So honestly, really just kind of a suboptimal move by a suboptimal gamer here. Pretty pathetic misplay, if you ask my opinion.
Allies so that they can hit harder, better, faster, and stronger. I was gonna make a joke about this, I didn't really know what to do. And makes her a good fit with almost any DPS unit you want to use. Smash Bronya and your DPS together like action figures when you were a little kid, or make them kiss or whatever. I don't really care. Her basic attack, Windrider Bullet, shows her American spirit. It does damage. When you unlock a trace called Command...
So that is another disrespectful comment here by Braxophone. He implies that Americans, all we want to do is shoot shit up and like kill people and stuff, which it's mean to say out loud. Okay, you shouldn't call attention to it.
She decides to aim for headshots. For those of you who didn't play Halo, Bullet Head do more damage than Bullet Chest.
That's a lot of damage!
Whenever she uses her basic attack, she also triggers her talent, which advances her action forward. Now this is only really helpful in specific situations, but most of the time you're just going to be using it for skill points. But now for the really good stuff. Her skill is what I was talking about earlier. It drags an ally of your choice up the turn queue to act next, and what that does is allow your DPS to attack immediately and deal more overall damage, because more attacks is more damage. But not only that, she gives the character she moves forward a massive damage buff. So not only do their more attacks deal more damage, but their more attacks deal more damage, deal more damage. And then because they're attacking more, they're getting more energy, meaning their more attacks deal more damage, gain more energy, deal more attacks, deal more damage. It's really not that complicated. Bronya is like a toolbox that can be used to pull anyone forward in a pinch as well, like your healer if you're about to get RNG to death by this stupid fucking buff. Oh, and she also cleanses allies.
So this is the first good point Braxophone makes. We totally agree.
Like your healer if you're about to get RNG to death by this stupid fucking bug. Oh, and
yeah, so that bug is a piece of shit. Good take.
She also cleanses allies she brings forward. So if your character gets delayed, it just doesn't really matter. And if you try to bring herself forward, then you unlock the secret cutscene that shows a reaction to you not having Zila on the team. Her ultimate is also very strong, buffing the attack of all of her allies, as well as increasing their crit damage based off of Bronya's crit damage, plus a little extra as a treat. Now, to be completely honest, the crit damage buff conversion isn't super crazy, but at high investment, it can get big enough to tell all your friends that you found the Critterus. Bronya also has 2 traces that are blanket.
Incredibly disrespectful to women. Ridiculous. I don't even know if I have to say anything to that. That's like just straight up, complete and total anti-Semitism.
Buffs. 1 increasing the defense of your allies for 2 turns when the battle starts, and 1 increasing the damage of your allies. Bronya's technique makes it so that all allies get an attack buff whenever they enter combat, so basically you're always gonna—
So here is a editing error, unsurprising, by Braxophone. He accidentally left his Sela picture in the bottom left-hand corner. Pretty rookie mistake, honestly. Once he becomes a YouTuber and starts making more videos, he won't do those mistakes anymore. I personally never have editing mistakes in my videos, so obviously I'm just a higher level YouTuber than he is.
Gonna want to use that before bosses. Fantilia may be an emanator of destruction, but with Bronya on your team, Fantilia is a bunch of children, and your DPS is an Australian Prime Minister. Actually,
so child abuse, pretty fucked up, you know. Again, another piece of disrespectful media. Absolutely ridiculous that he would even platform such acts of violence.
Hey, wait a second. First, can we take a second to just appreciate the HSR character designs, not you? Like, look how good Kafka and Lukaku look. Dang, actually, a lot of the Star Rail characters have amazing outfits. Well, Kayla's, is that from Pop Killer? For those of you who don't know, Pop Killer is a Japanese-inspired pop culture apparel store located in Little...
So he's actually right about this. Good ad, by the way. Nice. The Honkai Star Rail character design is top tier. It is actually a 10 out of 10. The problem with it, though, that unironically annoys the shit out of me. Let me show you something. So you have this character right here, right? Her name is Sparkle. Okay. What element do you think Sparkle is? Right. And I know if you follow Genshin, you already know. But like, I look at her, I see a bunch of wind swirling around. I see a bunch of red shit. Her name tag thing is in red here. I'm thinking maybe fire or maybe wind, but no, she's quantum. Moving on. We got this guy right here. He's pretty edgy. So what kind of element do you think he is? It turns out he's actually not whatever the fuck you're thinking it is. He's actually wind. So that doesn't really make any sense. So we have another character here. What element do you think he is? Because it's not fire. He's actually a physical character. So you have characters that don't have colors that match up to what they actually are. So yeah, they stay dripped out. Truly, there is a lot of drip in this game. But the drip doesn't really make sense if you think about it. A lot of them might as well just drown because they drip a little too hard, if you ask me. Anyway, go buy whatever this
Tokyo,
this
Los
is
Angeles.
in this ad.
They have a wide selection of different clothing and styles featuring artists from all over the world. That's how you get your grandpa to look as fly as this guy. Popular works directly with artists from all over the world, including locations like Spain, Germany, France, the US, Japan, and local artists in LA as well. Look how sick Don Hung and Stell look in these Pop Killer shirts. And check out Luan May.
As much as Braxophone is a mean and horrible person, you should definitely support this. This looks like amazing.
Killer.us is their online shop that ships anywhere in the world. So even if you're
It also helps creators when you spend money on these ads, because then it will, you know, make ads more likely to work with creators in the future. So you should definitely check this out.
See, in the middle of the ocean, you can still look fly as hell. If you order online using my code BRAX15, you'll get 15% off your entire order if you spend over $40 at checkout.
This opportunity is quite hard to come by.
Make sure to click the link in the
Alright, if it saves you money, you know,
description or pinned
might as
comment
well.
to check out Pop Killer's shop, and you too can be as dripped out as my wife. So after all of that, I'm sure you can understand why Bronya is so dang busted. But next up, I want to explain how you can take full advantage of her.
Okay. Explain your misinformation. We'll see. I will be very, very, very
Now, the main
critical
reason
of
I
this.
released this on-time Bronya guide on time is because I wanted to make sure
So again, more misinformation. Obviously, this isn't on time. Bronya has been out since the beginning of the game. One of those things that Brax doesn't want you to know. Completely disrespectful.
released after we knew most things about the game and had sufficient knowledge of Bronya. Basically, I speed-tuned this guide. Bronya's build can be really simple if you want it to be. The easiest thing to do for Bronya is to give her 4-piece messenger and call it a day, with her planar stats being Broken Keel, Fleet of the Ageless, or Penacony with a Wind DPS. That build is going to be fine for most content, but my goal with this video is to teach you the more complex stuff since it's honestly not that hard to do. Also, I'm all out of funny haha for this guide, so I'm going to be super serious for the rest of it. I'm putting on my
He made jokes in this video? That can't be right.
serious face right now. I'm very serious. There's 2 ways to play E0 Bronya. The first being the Sonic build. Basically, you'd play her as fast as possible and alternate skill and basic attack usage as necessary to make her not eat as many skill points. If you get Bronya to 165 speed, or 161 in pure fiction for optimal 4 cycles, you can theoretically go SP neutral with her, assuming no delays or anything like that. So, for those of you in dev mode who are able to infinitely create relics with the best possible stats, that's gonna be a solid option for you. And I'm really, really happy for you. The other way to play Bronya at E0 is to speed tune her to your main damage dealer. Maybe you've seen this speed chart, or maybe
This is kind of what I do. The problem is, my relics fucking suck, like, across the board. I think with the exception of, like, one character. So I have, I have a lot of trouble trying to speed tune her in a way that is, like, keeps her speed, you know? Like, I think I have her at, like, a 106 speed, which is incredibly bad. But, yeah, speed tuning her in a way that retains her momentum is kind of a problem for me. All right, let's see what we got here. So, extended speed breakpoint table. Now, assuming this isn't misinformation like the rest of his video. Very, very tragic, by the way, that he would do that. Let's see what we got. Cumulative ags, 152, 53, okay. All right. So... Yep, I don't understand any of this.
maybe you haven't, I don't really know. But basically, it shows you what speed you need to get a specific amount of actions in a specific amount of cycles. This is why you hear people say get your DPS to 134 speed. But let's say you're playing Bronya. You'll likely want to get your DPS to at least 135 speed instead, because you want to make sure Bronya goes after your DPS, so that way you can attack with your DPS, then Bronya skill, and then get another attack from your DPS right after. By putting Bronya at 134 and your DPS a bit ahead of that, you can make sure that you get extra attacks, which also results in more energy and more overall damage. Now, one caveat to this is that using 4-piece messenger in this setup can offset the speed tuning. So I'd actually recommend not running the full 4 pieces unless you know that your DPS has a higher base speed than Bronya and will stay ahead of her. And even then, sometimes that's pretty iffy. Now, if you use this build, you may also struggle with skill points. So something that you can do is basic attack with your DPS before you Bronya skill, giving you an extra skill point. And then you use that skill point with the Bronya skill, and then use your DPS skill.
It's so depressing not critting with Dr. Ratio. Like, this gameplay in the background makes me so depressed.
And will stay ahead of her.
He's gonna
and
throw
even
a
then,
pencil in a bit, and it's gonna do like 5,000
damage. If you use this build, you may also struggle with skill points. So something that you can do...
Oh my god, dude. That is so sad. It happens to me all the time, and I get like just genuinely depressed. Like, I'm in like a state of misery. It's horrible. Oh, fuck.
Is basic attack with your DPS before you Bronya skill, giving you an extra skill point. And then you use that skill point with the Bronya skill, and then use your DPS skill, so that way it's
oh my god, it happened again, dude.
Instead of -3, because that is going to be more damage than using your DPS skill and then using Bronya basic attack and not getting a second DPS skill. The other thing you can do is make your SP positive supports quicker than the Flash. Now that you have a degree in speed tuning, here's how to build Bronya. If you don't care about speed tuning or just want a fast Bronya for skill points, build 4-piece messenger Bronya with her planar sets being Broken Kill for crit damage, Fleet of the Ageless for team attack, or Penacony for wind damage on your wind DPS units. Aim for 165 speed. If you want to speed tune your Bronya, I recommend only going with 2 pieces of messenger unless you know what you're doing, and just aiming to have Bronya be 1 to 5 speed behind your main damage dealer, but ideally she can still be at least 134 speed. The rest can go into pieces with crit damage. For main stats, you'll want a crit damage body, speed boots, any orb, and an energy regen rope. Bronya can add some okay damage, so wind damage orb is alright, but personally, I prefer to use the orb as a defensive piece so that way she doesn't broken keel over and die. After you've got your speed target, the name of the game is getting as much crit damage as you can to increase the amount she shares with teammates. Despite what others may tell you, her crit damage, while important, will almost never make the same amount of difference that speed tuning or fast Bronya can make, with one saving you skill points and the other just multiplying the amount of overall attacks you get. Because keep in mind, even when at level 10, Bronya's crit damage share is only 16% of her personal crit damage, plus the 20% of course. The difference between 200% and 250% crit damage is only 8% more crit damage to your teammates.
So this is obviously false. So 250% compared to 200% is a difference of 50%. Here he does the math incorrectly and says it's a difference of 8%. That was miscalculation on his part.
The crit farming should definitely come second to speed tuning. And also, make sure to take effect res substats as well, just so that way Bronya doesn't get put in horny jail. Bronya has a couple playstyles, and though they are more or less the same setups just with the change in speed, it is really important to know what you're doing with those, just like it's important to pick a good light cone for her. So let's talk about those next.
Good segue. I'll give him credit for that. That was smooth.
The awesome thing about Bronya's light cones is that she can use a ton of them, including free-to-play options. So if you're not financially built like Jeff Bezos, your Bronya can still be top tier. Her signature light cone is called But the Battle Isn't Over, and it's best in slot for its ability to give you back a skill point every 2 ultimates, and also the damage buff after skill. It also gives a 10% energy regen stat at S1, which can help your Bronya ult more consistently. If you don't have it, there's a ton of other light cones that work too though. For example, if you're playing a Sonic build where you make her fast, because she'll be using her basic attack sometimes, you can give her the 3-star meshing cogs at S5 to help her cycle her ultimate faster. S5 Memories of the Past also works about the same, but it gives her break effect and has higher base stats. If you're playing a speed tuning build, or if you don't have either of those 2 light cones leveled, some other options.
Yeah, I got Memories of the Past at S5. I don't know if it's luck or just I spent too much money on this game, but it's probably a combination of both, to be honest.
Options are Snap the Neck, Weave the Clouds for random effects, Dance Dance
Whoa,
Dance.
what? Snap the neck, weave the clouds? Is that a Ting Yun joke? Is he joking about death? Disrespectful. I thought he couldn't sink any lower, really, and then he just does it. Wow. This guy, dude, he's so vitriolic. He's got so much hatred in his heart. I really just wish I thought of that first, I'm gonna be honest.
The action forward, and the free-to-play past and future for damage bonus on the next character. In Planetary Rendezvous can also be good with a win DPS. For reference, I'm playing past and future on my free-to-play account, but I'm saving up my shop currency for her light cone since it's really good value on her. You might have noticed that with her signature light cone, she gets 1 skill point every 2 ultimates. Well, her E1 is the missing puzzle piece for that, so let's talk about Eidolons next.
Here we go. So this is like if you spend a lot of money on
the nice thing about Bronya's Eidolons is that they're front-loaded, where the first 2 are exceptionally good. The not-so-nice thing is that the game's gonna keep giving you Yenshing. What makes E1 a game-changer for Bronya is that it gives you a 50% chance of getting a skill point back when you use her skill. It does have a 1-turn cooldown, so it's not actually once every 2 turns. In theory, you're getting a skill point back once every 3 to 4 skills, unless you're using a basic attack in her downturn. But with that said, it's massively helpful for increasing your DPS's damage. Combined with S1 of her light cone, she gives herself
Wait,
a
why is March just chilling here? I just noticed that. What? Is this part of some quest or some shit?
helpful for increasing your DPS
can't believe I just saw
damage.
that.
Combined with S1 of her light cone, she gives herself a decent amount of skill points back and becomes much easier to play. Her second Eidolon is called it's another game changer for Bronya since it allows you to speed tune in a different way. It gives the skilled ally 30% speed after taking action, letting you run Bronya faster and your DPS slower, which in theory, if you run a slower DPS, then that's more substats to crit, so that's pretty cool. Keep in mind that for most characters, 30% speed is around 30 speed added total, so you'll likely want to run Bronya at around 155 speed if you're speed tuning your main DPS. Super solid Eidolon, it just means that you have to be a little bit...
I have to be honest, she's probably going to stay at 106 for a really long time. Dude, oh, man. You know what it is? It's Blade. Blade's holding me back. I have, like, dog shit speed on him, and it's ruining my account.
More thoughtful about what you're doing with speed tuning. E3 is going to be an ultimate and talent level up, and E4 changes your Bronya into Cocolia Boss Bronya, where she can do a follow-up attack.
It happened again, dude. I cannot keep watching this. What is this guy's crit rate? Holy fuck.
Bronya into Cocolia Boss.
How, dude? How? It's making me so sad. Depressed.
Boss Bronya, where she can do a follow-up attack after a friendly base attack as long as the enemy is weak to wind. It can be triggered once per Bronya turn, and it's honestly just an okay damage upgrade, but it does give a bit more energy, which is super nice and comfortable. E5 is the skill and basic attack level up, and E6 is the cake on the icing, which is extending her 1-turn buff from her skill to 2 turns. It essentially makes you not have to skill every single turn and still keep the buff, or run 2 DPS and alternate the buffs on them. Or
that is like legitimately busted. Like, does it stack? Like, if you make your character go again, and then this lasts for 2 turns, and then when they're going again, you know, they go again, do they get the skills buff twice for that 1 turn? I don't know if that made any sense. This is like game-changingly good.
With follow-up characters that would usually not get the bonus to their follow-up because it would happen after their turn. Insanely powerful Eidolon that you will probably never get. There's no choice between Eidolons and Lycons here, but what I will say is that if we ever get a 5-star selector, I would recommend E1 Bronya if you already have the other units that you want, since she is definitely the strongest standard 5-star. And
well, good news is we have a 5-star selector, because we're not talking about Genshin Impact. The bad news is you got to roll 300 times to get to it, but...
E1 and 2 make a massive difference to how easy she is to play. I would also highly recommend getting her S1 light cone from the shop if given the chance.
Holy fucking shit. What the fuck? Alright. Donhung Cheap, Donhung Finger. Are you sure? I mean, I guess it works. Like, I guess you could run them both at the same time, but you're gonna have to have a really, really, really special setup to be able to keep Imbibitor Lune's max damage at all times. That sounds like, I don't know. You know what? Maybe. I haven't really played around with that combo yet, so. Himiko, Asta, Arlon, Sela, Natasha, Pela. I mean, yeah, Pela's a teammate with everybody. Hook, Serval, Xingshui, Herda, Tingyun, Susheng, Clara. Damn. When did I stop memeing and start taking it seriously? I mean, this is a good guide. All of it's a good guide. I just wanted to talk shit on the internet. But I'm actually really enjoying this video. It's really good. Sampo Rat. Oh, here we go again. More disrespect. Probably hates men. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable. This is like pretty dehumanizing, Brax. You could do better. The other Bronya? Who the fuck is he talking about here? Is he talking about Sparkle or is he talking about Tingyun? Or am I crazy and he's not talking about any of them? Silverwolf? Okay, yeah, I think, yeah. Alright, Yukong, Loach, a Blade. I don't know if I would do Yukong, but yeah, it would work. You could do it. You could get away with it. Whoa, what? The wife? Oh, yeah. Okay, makes sense. Skill 1 character at a time, blue 6, better for solo hypercarry teams. Yeah. Yeah, makes sense. Cool. Good video. I know you all already are, but go sub to Brax. Makes great content. Really good guides and shit. Yeah, obviously this video is a fucking joke and satire. If you take it seriously, you're a degenerate loser and nobody likes you. If you liked the video, cool, thanks. Leave a like or some shit, I don't know. But yeah, go watch Brax. He posted this video a little while ago. I wanted to get around to watching it because my Bronya is like my worst fucking built character in my entire account. It's pretty atrocious, to be honest. But yeah, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.